AZ Family Sports Special.
We want to be successful this year and win trophies. That's all matter.
A new season for Phoenix Rising brings a new coach.
Pressure is a privilege.
And new players.
If you ask anyone in the league, Phoenix Rising is #1 on that list of places players want to be. It was pretty easy making the decision to come here.
With a few familiar faces back on the squad.
I feel more responsibility as one of the older players now, especially having been here 3 years, having won a championship here.
And some of the most passionate fans in the Valley. We're setting the stage on this Phoenix Rising season preview.
Welcome to the Phoenix Rising 2025 season preview. Over the next 30 minutes, we will introduce you to some of the team which has changed almost entirely since winning the USL Championship final in 2023. Only 5 players remain from that title-winning roster, and the squad is on its 4th head coach since lifting the cup. Pamadou Ka, the latest in charge, taking over a team that's definitely coming off an uneven season. Hopes were high for Rising heading into 2024. The team carrying a star for the first time, but Rising never really found its stride. They struggled to put the ball in the net all season, going scoreless in 12 matches. They actually went an entire month of the season without a goal. Somehow, despite the issues, Phoenix snuck into the playoffs as the 8th seed in the Western Conference, but they were swiftly eliminated by top-seeded New Mexico United in the first round. And even though the offense was lackluster in 2024, the defense, not too shabby. Rising's 13 clean sheets, 5th most across the USL, but they still gave up 39 goals throughout the regular season while scoring just 33. That -6 differential, it ranked 15th out of 24 teams in the league, and frustrations mounted throughout the year, with Phoenix picking up 104 yellow cards, 2nd most in the USL.
A lot of ups and downs. It was definitely a difficult year overall, and there was a lot of growth from that year. So it was difficult, but I was able to grow and learn from it and improve and get better as a person, as a player. And, you know, I'm confident that this year is going to be a lot different than last year. It already feels different.
Emil Cuello, who you just heard from, one of the few players starting this season who was part of the 2023 USL final win. And Cuello played a pivotal role in getting Rising to that game, scoring go-ahead goals in 2 road playoff games that helped send Los Rojos to the final. Now, 15 months later, Cuello says this year's squad shares some traits with that title-winning team.
I've already thought that there's a similar feeling and a similar energy with that 23 team. I think the level that we're training at reminds me of the 23 team, and just the energy within the group. Like I said, we're training at a high level, and when I have these one-on-one conversations with my teammates, we all share the same belief that reminds me of that 23 team. A focus for me this year, for sure, being one of the older players, is definitely to improve my leadership, you know, to be that example and to be a good role model for the younger players, for the rest of my teammates. I feel more responsibility as one of the older players now, especially having been here 3 years, having won a championship here. I feel like I have a lot of responsibility to be a good example to these guys and show them what it means to be a Phoenix Rising player. I know what it takes to be a champion. So definitely want to be that example for the rest of my teammates and do my best, do my part to get back there again.
Another key player on that 2023 team will not be returning this season. Instead, former Rising goalkeeper Rocco Rios Novo will be teammates with Lionel Messi in 2025. Rios Novo had been on loan from Club Atlético Lanús in Argentina for the past 2 seasons. After returning to his parent club, he's now on a 1-year loan with Inter Miami to provide some depth in the net. The 22-year-old saved 3 straight penalty kicks against Charleston Battery to help Phoenix lift the cup, and he joins a Miami side that finished 2024 with the best record in MLS, but struggled in the playoffs. Well, in the time since winning the championship, stability hasn't been Rising's best friend. Juan Guerra, who led that title-winning team, went 20, 15, and 14 in his time leading Phoenix, but he left for an MLS assistant coaching job shortly after lifting the cup. One of his assistants, Danny Stone, he was elevated to head coach before the start of the 2024 season, but after going 5, 6, and 6 in the first half of the season, Stone was fired and replaced by Diego Gomez, interim head coach for the rest of 2024. Rising went 6-3-8 under Gomez, reaching the USL playoffs, but lost in the first round. And that leads us to Pamadou Ka, the new honcho at 38th Street in Washington, and he brings plenty of professional experience. Pamadou Ka's turn. He was born in the Gambia in West Africa, but grew up in Norway and speaks 7 languages. He spent almost 2 decades as a defender playing professional soccer in Europe and North America. He made 10 appearances for the Norwegian national team between 2001 and 2008. Ka began coaching in 2017 with the Vancouver Whitecaps in MLS, where he finished his playing career. And in 2021, he was named Coach of the Year in the Canadian Premier League after leading Pacific FC to the CPL Championship. I got a chance to sit down with him and learn a little bit more about his approach to coaching. Getting ready for your first season leading Phoenix Rising. I mean, how are you feeling about this team and this opportunity to be a part of this club?
First of all, it's a great opportunity being a part of one of the best teams in USL, I must say, an organization. And obviously the players, we have assembled a good squad, you know, and I'm looking forward for them to showcase what they're capable of for our fans and for the rest of the USL world. What
made Phoenix such an appealing opportunity for you when you were maybe looking at potential next steps after spending time in Charlotte before that?
No, obviously in football, you know, you want to test yourself, and being able to have been a head coach before, assistant in MLS, a league that I know for the past 11 years that I've lived in North America. But again, like I said, be part of an organization that is ambitious, that is looking to win, that is looking to grow and develop players. It spoke to me. It's a group that is, I think, understand that they didn't have the best of season last year, and is looking to revenge themselves as players and the team.
How would you describe your managerial tendencies or kind of philosophies?
Well, obviously, for me, the most important thing is we are a team that want to be dominant with and without the ball. We want to play attacking style of football, you know, give a freedom to the players, obviously within a structure. But overall, it's a player's game, and having played it for 20 years, my job is to facilitate and help them be in the best position for them to be successful. When I look at them, first of all, I look at them as human beings, and therefore, secondly, I look at them as players. And when I'm talking to them, again, it's about helping them, it's about guiding them, it's about putting them in the best position so that they can play and do well for Phoenix Rising. That's the most important thing for us.
And are you sometimes not afraid to go in and show them how it's done? I know that, I mean, you probably still got some skills that you're ready to show.
Once in a while, but not so very often, but once in a while if we are body down.
What are some of your favorite things so far? I mean, I know you haven't been here for too long, but just in terms of the community.
Camelback.
Camelback?
Oh, being able to walk with the group and going upstairs, you know, doing that hike to Camelback, seeing the sunrise. I think it was an amazing moment.
What do you think is going to be going through your head 5 minutes before kickoff of your first match here as the manager of Phoenix Rising?
I'm looking forward to see the stadium full. That will make me happy.
Do you think there's going to be a whole wide range of emotions you're going to be feeling, though?
No.
No? No? Cool.
Pressure is a privilege.
Pressure is definitely a privilege. Coach Ka, far from the only newcomer this season at 38th Street and Washington. Much of the roster has been rebuilt as well. I got a chance to meet a couple of those players, along with one guy entering his first full season with the team after arriving late last year.
It's great. Like, I'm looking at the mountains in the background. Those never get old. I like warm weather, so I don't have a problem with that.
If you ask anyone in the league, I think Phoenix Rising is #1 on that list of places players want to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of history with this club.
Was last year kind of difficult for you, just kind of coming into a new country, new team midway through the season?
Yeah, to be honest, it was because in the Netherlands the weather was also different. It was very hard to. Yeah, because the breathing, everything is different. The air is hot, so I think that was the hard part. Not football, not so much, because I did a little bit of research in my teammates and how they play, watching games. I think I fit in pretty well.
How would you describe your game for people that are unfamiliar with you?
I can control the game with the ball in the midfield, but also I feel like I'm a goal threat as well.
I like to go forward a lot, up and down, kind of being attacking right back, and really just get stuck in the game where I'm focused the whole game on just really doing what I'm supposed to be doing, defending, getting forward, doing anything to help the group. Wanting to play at the highest level, like not giving anyone kind of an easy path to goal or just an easy game for them. I always want to walk off the field, being able to have the opposition saying like, man, that Colin Smith, like today was rough for me, and like I don't want to go through that again.
We have a lot of dangerous players that can create opportunities to score goals, but I think, you know, it's going to be a collective effort.
What's it been like playing for Coach Pa?
He speaks also a little bit Dutch, so we speak Dutch sometimes, and to understand each other more. He has a good vision, I think. The way of training, I'm used to that because that's like the way we train in Europe. A lot of tactical, a lot of position game.
I think that he's fair with everybody, and he kind of sets the standards really high for everybody, every individual. So it makes training very competitive when he demands everyone to be sharp and ready.
What do you think is going to be going through your head 5 minutes before season opener?
Put a smile on all the fans' faces because it's the first time for me being in Arizona, being in the stadium. It's a beautiful field and a beautiful atmosphere, so kind of being able to take all that in and just really just enjoy, because that's kind of what I dreamt of whenever I was a little kid, just kind of growing up to be a professional.
I think it's going to be a whole lot of excitement for sure, maybe some butterflies, but no, I mean, I'm looking forward to playing in the stadium and really making a difference here.
Joy, I think. Enjoy the game. This is what we work for the whole preseason, so we can proudly just stand here with this beautiful logo of ours. Enjoy this atmosphere, the fans, everything is coming back again, so I think we can give them a great year this year.
Still ahead, catching up with the man who probably knows more about Phoenix Rising than anybody not on the team's payroll.
The way that this league is stacking up right now, it's really, really hard to predict. I think quite frankly, anyone in the West is going to round up.
Owen Evans shares his thoughts on what to expect from the team this season and why the first couple of weeks will reveal a whole lot about this rebuilt squad.
We all in? Oh, Chris is here. There you go. There we all.
Okay, ready?
Being able to walk with the group and going upstairs, doing that hike to Camelback, seeing the sunrise, I think was an amazing moment. Sunrise in the valley, right? This is what defines the team, right? When it's at the toughest is when you rise, and I'm very proud of the boys.
All right, 3, 2, 1. That's solid.
One of the first things new Rising head coach Mamadou Ka did with the team in the preseason, a sunrise hike up Camelback's Echo Canyon Trail for a bit of team bonding. That is definitely not an easy hike. While the team finds ways to bond off the pitch, there are plenty of uncertainties around how they're going to come together once the season kicks off. To get some insight into the team and just what they can hope to accomplish in 2025, PHNX Rising reporter and host Owen Evans, he stopped by the podcast studio to look ahead toward the new season.
It's one of those things that's really hard to predict when you have so much turnover. When you think about just the players that have left and new players that have come in, you've got a brand new coach. He's going to want to play a new system. We're expecting it to be quite different. Unlike last year, you're going into a year now where the head coach actually has a bit of runway to try and implement what they want to do. Which isn't something that Danny Stone had, obviously taking over, a couple of days before players reported for preseason last year. It's going to be very different, I think, to last year in that regard, but whether it's going to work, whether it's not, there are so many questions right now. And until we really see these boys take the field for the start of the regular season, I'm not sure we're going to have too many answers at this point.
Yeah, no, quite a different lead up to the season compared to last year, obviously coming off a USL title versus coming off a kind of disappointing season, if there's no other way to sugarcoat it. A lot of new players this year. Any that you've kind of already got your eye on heading into the season, just kind of based off of their previous clubs or kind of some rumblings inside the Rising camp?
Yeah, so I think one of the players that they're most excited about right now is Isan Sako, the centre forward they've brought in from Switzerland. And the reason they're so excited, I think, is they didn't have that out-and-out goal scorer for so much of last season. He's played at a higher level. He's played in top games in Switzerland, in France. And while he's maybe not been as prolific over those games as maybe you'd want to see, that's a higher level than this. So the hope is that when he comes over here, he's going to look a lot better than some of those prior years. And even then, he had a double-digit season in Switzerland in terms of goals. So the hope is he's going to be a really critical part of the attack. And the early signs from what we're hearing within training, within these preseason games, are that he's showing that quality that he's bringing to this side. If he can click up top, that definitely deals with one of the biggest issues that they had last season.
What makes this a successful season in your mind for Rising FC? Is it win the cup or not or bust, or is it go further in the playoffs? I mean, like what makes? Is it keep a coach for an entire year? I mean, like what are we talking is a good thing here?
I think it's winning the cup in this league as an expectation is not an expectation you can really go into every season with. It's kind of the nature of when you have a playoff system, and especially one that is as unforgiving as USL Championships, right? Where it's one game and done.
And when's the last time that a top seed actually ended up winning?
It doesn't happen very often. It was San Antonio, and that was a weird year where the top seed had a bye, and all kind of things went into that. But it's not as easy as just saying, okay, go out there and win the cup, because again, when you get to like the conference finals, even at that point, you're playing against the top teams in the league, and even if you go in with a 75% chance of winning, because that's how good your team is, you're going to lose 1 in 4 of those. I think the key thing for them has to be that they have to stop the rut that they've been in of being unable to finish high up the table enough to actually host a playoff game, right? That top 4 finish in the West is going to be a really, really critical one.
If you had to choose one word to describe your emotions about what this season is going to bring for Rising FC, what would be the word?
Ooh. So you've got me on that one. I'm not sure what word I'd pick. Probably uncertain.
Okay.
I do think it's going to take us a few games to really know what we're looking at with this team. There's been so much change that this could really, really work well, or it might not. And part of that is because you're expecting players who, there aren't many established USL Championship players that are among the players that have been brought in over this offseason. So you're asking some guys to step up. You're asking some guys to adjust to playing in a different league. You're asking some guys who are maybe bench players in other teams in the league to adjust to a more important role here. And if they all step up, this could be something special. But if they struggle to make that step up, or it takes them a little bit of time to make that step up, then that's where the uncertainty kicks in, and we don't know quite what this team will look like. I think that it's pretty hard right now to judge where the West is at. When you look at USL Championship and where the teams have been making moves over the course of the offseason, I think that the biggest moves have often involved clubs from the East. It's guys like Birmingham Legion. It's teams like Charleston Battery that are bringing in big-name players, and that's ignoring the fact that you've still got your Louisvilles and your Tampa Bays that are all big clubs that repeatedly, consistently put out very good teams. I actually think the East is a lot stronger than the West this year, which means really the West is kind of there for the taking. There are a few clubs in the West that have made some good moves. Right? Oakland have brought in Jürgen Damm. They brought in Panos Amanakis. That's a face that'll be familiar to Rising fans, of course. I mean, Orange County have made a few moves with Danny Stone at the helm. But it's not quite as clear-cut in the West. I think there is the chance for them to slip into that top 4. But at the same time, the way that this league is stacking up right now, it's really, really hard to predict. I think where, quite frankly, anyone in the West is going to round up, because you've just got that big range where it could be where you could finish 4th, you could finish 8th, you may just miss out.
It's always a fun year in the USL, right, Owen?
It's always a roller coaster. There's never a quiet moment, I think. As soon as you get lulled into this false sense of security that, okay, we understand what's going on here, we know how things are going to go, everything just turns on its head for no apparent reason. And so it's always fun. It can be tiring at times, I think, as a league, and it really can take it out on you emotionally at times when you're watching these games and you just don't know what's going on. But I tell you what, it's a fun league. It is a really fun league.
USL stands for Uncertain Soccer League. You can hear that entire conversation with Owen right now on the Extra Point podcast. Download that wherever you get your podcasts.
Biggest thing for me that I want to see, that we show who we are as Phoenix Risings.
Still ahead, mic'd up with Coach Ka. What to expect on the sideline this season from Rising FC's new head coach.
Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Yes, Carl, yes, Carl. Step, turn, turn. No, tranquilo, tranquilo, tranquilo. I need you to run. Hey. Play football, guys. Pressure is an illusion. He's touching his hamstring. Look. He's always like this. Travis Scott.
Biggest thing for me that I want to see, that we show who we are as Phoenix Risings.
You guys want some gummy bear? Up! Yes, J-Mo. Yes, Carl. Buena, Emi. Qué lindo. Mungiswana. Oh, on n'a pas perdu un joueur. Doucement. Quick. Face the ball. Don't worry, I got you. Hey! What? No, he holds him. What are you talking about? You right? Welcome to professional football. Continue the second half. All right, you're going to score. Go, Marga, go, JP. Go, Marga. Hey, we fucking play football. Hey, linesman. What you mean you don't see it? It's happening in front of you. Don't tell me you cannot see it. No, tranquilo. On y va, Remy, on y va. Ay. Well done. Great job. Fucking champion, son. Well done. Great work, you.
Thanks for joining us on this Phoenix Rising season preview. And remember, you can watch Rising matches all season long on 3TV and AZ Family Sports.
Thanks for watching Arizona's Family. Watch us live wherever you are. Our mobile and streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, and Android TV. Subscribe on YouTube for live breaking news and video on demand.